States. Happy Memorial Day. This is the time when we reflect on those who have fallen in the military protecting our freedoms. And it's also a good time to just think about the people in your life that you've lost that you want to just pay honor and respect to. So happy Memorial Day. That's what we are celebrating here in the United States. Maybe not everywhere else in the world, but this is a good time to just be grateful for those who came before you. Which brings me to the point, okay, of today's topic of Monday morning motivation. That's like a tongue twister, right? Monday morning motivation. Okay, with Tiffany Rothe. I am your international fitness coach, and I am dedicated to helping you elevate your life mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So that's the whole purpose of this motivational talk. I do it on Mondays, I do it on Wednesdays, and I do it on Fridays. Okay, so we are live on all three channels having some fun. And I started thinking about something, but first of all, let me just tell you, I went to a comedy show on Saturday, which was amazing. It was so funny. Like the comedians were so good because they were telling these real life stories. But one of the comedians who came on stage, actually, he used to be really big and now he's sort of like medium big. And he came out on stage, and I can tell you that, you know, just the way he was walking, the way he was speaking and breathing, I was worried for him. I was like, oh my God, like, can he breathe? Like, is he going to be able to finish the show? It's because I could tell that, you know, fitness was not on the top of his priority list. Now, he obviously did something to reduce his prior weight, but I could feel it in his breath. And I actually was thinking, oh my God, like brushing up mentally on my CPR because I was sitting in the front row. Thank God everything was fine and he made it. But I started thinking about, you know, how, you know, I have this instinct to go on in and like mother people, right? So like if they're like, help them get in shape, help them like, are you breathing okay? Are you eating okay? Are you doing this? I have this instinct to sort of like mother people. And it brought me to the point of who is responsible for you? So I have children, and I don't know if those of you have children, but when my children, like, you know, when they do something, I know it's my responsibility to teach and correct them and help them. You know how you have children because they don't really know, like sometimes like the benefit of what you've had from life experience. So you got to shape them and teach them, right? And they go to school and they learn from school. And if something goes wrong at school, they call the parents in because it's your responsibility to raise your child. But something happens, you guys. So from the time that you're born to the time you go to school, there's a lot of lessons that don't get taught. There's a lot of lessons that don't get taught. And one of them is self-care. You guys, like, what's up with our society? Like, well, we don't really teach our children self-care. We get them in sports, but the goal of sports is, oh, you're going to get like, either you're going to be a professional athlete or you're going to get a scholarship to a school. We don't really build into their psychology. Okay, like it is your responsibility to take care of your health. And so that's what happens. That's why people talk about, when I was in high school, when I was younger, I used to be, because they forget. Okay, they forget that it is your job, right? It is your responsibility to take care of yourself and to take care of your health. And as we go on this journey through life, so like after you finish high school, after you finish, you know, you get your job and your kids, and then you shift from taking care of yourself, kind of, sort of, because the 20s can be like, you're not really taking care of yourself, but like whatever, you have your kids, to taking care of somebody else. So like there's this gap, there's this space where you forgot or you never really learned how to take care of yourself. And just let me tell you something, it's nobody else's responsibility but yours. So even though the guy was on stage, and I swear to God, he was like gasping. He was super funny though, but he was gasping for air. And like, I wanted to go in and save him because that's what I do. I'm like, I wanted to like get on an exercise program and, you know, tell him like, what are you eating? Help with his breathing. I was thinking I need to do CPR, but guess what? It's his responsibility, just like it is yours. And so if you haven't learned that by now, guess what? It is not too late. It is never too late to be great. I love that. I always say procrastination can wait. If you want to go back and leave anything in the past, it's procrastination, because there's a way that you can be set up for success. So number one, when you're younger, now that you know, if you have children, start to teach them the balance of self-care. Like, so India, my daughter, she's 12 years old. She goes to school. She has 7 classes. First off, shout out to India. She got 6 A's and 1 B. She got a B in math because she kept telling herself she wasn't good at math. I'm like, well, tell yourself you are good at math, right? I'm like, just tell yourself you are good at math. And she actually got 100 on the final, but it wasn't enough to bring her to an A. So I'm really, really happy about that. But she got 6 A's and 1 B. And what she likes to do, what they have actually built into her school program is something called Go Time, where they can actually do their homework at school. There's a time where they can do their homework. So when she comes home, she's not trying to have any extra studying. She's not trying to do any extra work from school. And I'm like, you know what? I salute her for that, because what she is creating at a very young age is home life, work life balance. And the thing is that I know my generation X, we were raised like, you got to come home from school and you got to work some more, you got to study some more, you got to do this, you got to do more, be more, everything more. But self-care was not even in the regimen. So you go to school, you come home, you have hours of homework, you do your chores, you go to bed, you wake up, you do the same thing. Those habits get built in. They get built in. And so when you graduate from school and you have your job, all you think about is work. And when you gotta work. And that is not what life is about, you guys, because you are responsible to take care of this. You are responsible to take care of your mindset. You are responsible to take care of your heart, because guess what? Nobody can do it for you. No matter what I was thinking on the stage of the different ways to help this comedian, there was nothing I could do, right? Because it's his responsibility to take care of his health, right? It's your responsibility. Now, here's the great thing about it. When you do it, you own it. You freaking own it. When you take care of yourself, when you spend some time, number one, to take care of your body every day by exercising, when you spend some time to think about what you're putting in your body. Now, there's some fast food restaurants, like, we were all raised on having some kind of fast food at some point if you live in the United States. Now, I don't know about outside the United States. In the United States, they give you so much media about fast food, and actually it was like a party. Like, you go to the Big M, let's go here for a birthday party, let's celebrate. So at some point it all gets built into your psyche. But I'm changing my psyche around that. When I see that, I'm like, I don't eat trash food. And what I mean by that is like food for the masses. Multiple hands have touched it. It's not made with my good intention and my health and my nourishment in mind. It's meant to get out there fast and strong and cheap, right? So when you elevate your mindset, the way you look at things change. When you change the way you see things, the way you see things change, right? So you got to change the way you see things. You got to change the way you structure your day. Your day gets to be structured with you in it. Like, you got to be in your day. So you got to structure, okay, where's my self-care time? Where am I going to exercise? Where am I going to hydrate, prepare my food for myself? Where am I going to meditate? You got to build that in. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. I have a challenge called Thrive in 25. It's coming up in June. It teaches you how to have the 5 healthy habits that really change your life. 5 healthy habits that really change your life, and how to build it into your day. And you know what? It can take only like 40 minutes. If you only have 40 minutes out of your 24 hours to take care of yourself, you are out of balance. You are out of balance. And so you get to change that. That's what's your responsibility to change. Also, you got to think about, okay, so if I'm spending this much time at work, this much time with family, this much time sleeping, like, where are you getting better? Where are you working on your self-improvement? Because there is no such thing as staying the same. You do not just stay the same. You are either striving to make yourself better or allowing yourself to get worse. So that is your responsibility. And I'm going to tell you where it is. It happens in your community. That's where you can really elevate. What kind of community are you in? Are you in a community that elevates you and uplifts you and speaks life into you and reminds you to take care of yourself? Because if you are not, right? And if your community is really just Netflix, or if your community is just your phone, right, scrolling other people's lives, you will not have time. You have to make time to make sure that what you put in front of your eyes, what you put in your ears, what you speak out of your mouth is something that's going to create an elevated version of you, your community. So that's why I create community in the Tiffany Rothe Fit Club. That's why I created even more community with this challenge called Thrive in 2025, because I know that people have not been trained to make the time, and they don't really realize, like, unless you do it, it's not gonna get done. Nobody's gonna come up to you and go, here, let me get you in shape. Here, let me put some positive thoughts in your mind. No, it's your job. It's your job. It's your responsibility to keep yourself elevated mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's your job. You're responsible, nobody else. Because guess what? You are with you from the day you are born to the day you die. Who are you going to be in that in-between? Who are you going to be? So I'm here. If you haven't been told before, if you weren't told in school, if you weren't told in college, if you weren't told on your job, I'm going to tell you right now, it is your responsibility to create a work-home life balance. It is your responsibility to take care of your health. It is your responsibility to take care of your peace. It is your job. It is your job. So get on it. Make sure that you are on your calendar. And I like to start myself on my calendar at the beginning of the day, you guys, at the beginning of the day. Get up and on YouTube, I have my 10-minute workouts. You can do a 10-minute workout, 10-minute meditation, 10-minute food prep, and boom, in 30 minutes, you put yourself on your to-do list. It's not that hard. Now, there are 5 things that I recommend that you do. If you want to learn those 5 to Thrive habits, then just type Thrive in the chat. Not in this chat, because then I have to go back and watch the video again in order to see it, but in the comments, right? And then I can teach you the 5 to Thrive, and that's going to make your life so much easier. If weight loss, and that's the reason why so many people are struggling with weight loss, because they have poor habits, and they're looking for somebody else to do it for them. You got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for yourself, but you get to know how. You get to know how to do it and how to do it in a way that's successful and that fits into your life so that you can maintain it. So if you guys want to learn more about the 5 to Thrive, then just type Thrive in the chat. I'm going to go finish taking care of myself. I'm going to go to my yoga class because guess what? It's my responsibility. When my knees started hurting, I started taking yoga. It's my responsibility. I had joint pain. I wanted to fast. It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of your health. Nobody can do it for you, and nobody can take it from you when you have it. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye. I am live everywhere. Okay, but you know who's lit right now? YouTube. I see you, Tay. I see you, Wendy. I see you, Chai. All right, YouTube representing. Okay, let's